Hi, in this video we are going to learn about the roundtable, which is a very common format of discussion in which you may participate at your school. Before we do that, let me ask you this question. How do you think a roundtable discussion should be organized? If you were to organize one roundtable discussion, how would you do it? Think about it for a moment. All right? How would you organize a roundtable? All right, so let's read together the following text about the roundtable discussion. And the title is How to Run a Successful Roundtable. So we're going to see some tips about how to do it successfully. 1. Let your attendees know the goal of the discussion. So whoever is coming to your roundtable discussion should know what the goal is. So the objective is very important so that they know exactly what they're going to discuss and why they are participating in the discussion. Right. Number 2, limit the number of participants to 6 or 10 maximum so everyone can speak. So if you're in a classroom and there are many more students, you may have discussions, but with fewer participants so that they can all have a chance to speak. All right, that's going to be very important. All right, we're learning important things about the roundtable here. Number 3, appoint a moderator. A moderator is a person who moderates, which means that they decide who speaks and who doesn't and in what order. Appoint a moderator to keep the discussion from stalling. Oh, especially not only to tell people who can speak first or later, but if the conversation is stagnant, if it's not progressing, then the person can move the discussion so that it can flow better and reach the objective. Remember that you have an objective to achieve. Number 4 is establish leading questions to frame the topic and guide the conversation. So there will be some specific questions that you will be asking so that the conversation is guided towards the objective that you have. All right? Number 5, give all attendees, the people who attend your discussion, a copy of the agenda to keep them focused and informed. Good. So if they know what the topics of the conversation will be or what the order will be, they will be more focused on discussing what you need them to discuss, and they will know what's happening. Good. Number 6, have a staff member, in that case it would be a classmate, for example, on hand to transcribe the main points and outcomes of your roundtable. So let's apply this to the school environment. Have somebody in charge of transcribing the main points. So what people are saying can be written down so that they can all use those notes for seeing what the results of the roundtable were. Outcome means result. And finally, plan how the results of the discussion will be used. All right, so we plan in advance how we are going to use whatever results of the discussion, and that will lead us into deciding, is the discussion helping us achieve that goal so that we can have that result and use them in a way that will make the discussion worthwhile. All right. So to apply what you have learned about the roundtable, I have an activity for you. It is simple, actually. You just have to think and analyze what the answer will be to each of the following requests. Look, match each of the following statements with the above guideline that it is related to. So you have some statements and they are related to some of the things that you learned. 1, 2, 7. So now, please pause my video, read these statements, analyze them, and see what they correspond to. All right? So pause my video and complete the activity, please. All right. thank you very much. I hope that you did complete the activity. I don't know if I gave you enough time to pause the video, but I hope that you did and that you have some answers. Let's look at the first one. The first one says, these are the times that we have set for the discussion of each topic. These are the times. So time that we have set for the discussion. Wow, if we say, for example, the first topic, we're going to take 3 minutes. For the next one, we're going to have 7 minutes, etc. That is part of what? That is part of the agenda. Yes. So in the agenda, we can say we are going to discuss this, and these are the times that we have for that. So we can keep the discussion progressing. All right. That's very good. Number 5. The next one. I like to hear from everyone about this. If somebody says, I want to hear from everyone, if you want to hear everybody speak, you must have limited the number of participants. So that relates to number 2. Good. Now, let's list our conclusions. All right, let's list our conclusions. If we list them, it's because probably we have planned about how to use the results of your conclusion. That will be related to number 7. All right, so we can list them only if we have achieved those conclusions. If we haven't planned to have some objectives that are very clear and have some clear results, we may not have some conclusions of our discussion, of our roundtable, and we may have wasted our time. That will not be good. Next. This is what we concluded in our last discussion. Oh, in our previous discussion, we have some conclusions. What is that related to? Probably it is related to the beginning of your discussion. That would be number 1, and that would be letting your attendees know the goal of the discussion. This is what we concluded before, and what we are trying to do now is this. Finally, let's move on to our next main topic. What is that related to? I would say number 4. Establish leading questions to frame the topic and guide the conversation. If you already know what the leading questions are, in that case, you can move on from one to the next, right? So now I am going to pause my video so that you can listen to the pronunciation of these answers, and you practice your pronunciation after the native speaker. All right? So listen and practice, please.
These are the times that we have set for the discussion of each topic. I'd like to hear from everyone about this. Let's list our conclusions. This is what we concluded in our last discussion. Let's move on to our next main topic.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for having practiced the pronunciation of these statements. And I hope that with those, you may remember what the main points about making a successful roundtable are. All right. Thank you very much for your participation in this activity, and I'll see you in the next video.